Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Are We There Yet? The ride where everyone just goes nuts.
What?
And I'm just like, dear God, are we there yet? What? That's not what we're doing. Welcome to Tales of Initiative. I am your Dungeon Master, Dustin. I'm excited you guys are here. Again, episode 31. So,
Whoop
what?
whoop.
What? Okay, I'm excited.
Okay.
Um, I'm just, when we started this, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna go forever, and I still I have all these hopes and dreams, and I'm like, but is it really? And you guys, you guys are amazing, and I love you so much. I got You guys, come on, let's get some
I'm
excitement.
sorry,
My
I've been
God,
completely derailed. My brain is searching for a Dave Chappelle quote since you did this. And now I'm lost. I'm lost in a quagmire of
where
old
the where
jokes.
where the points are made up and the rewards don't
The
matter.
game doesn't even
Anyway,
matter.
doesn't even matter. We are so excited that you are here. Tales of Initiative, guys, has so much going on. Like, we've got streams basically every day. We've got Tales does Tales that Matt is DMing for. We have Tales of Misadventure, which Raz DMs for. We have Sunset over Vengalia, which I DM for. We have Star Wars, which Greg DMs for. We have all kinds of stuff going on. And we have a new show getting ready to start within the next few weeks, Dawn of Vengalia, which I will also be DMing, which will be taking place more at the beginning of time within this world that our players are in. So be looking for that. We should be starting, I will say, August 14th should be our first
Ooh.
official Sunday for that. So be on the lookout. Otherwise, our website is up and we have some cool merch. Colin, you were wearing like a zipper hoodie thing that was like party in the or business in the front, party in the back. Yeah,
All of our branded merchandise has juicy spelled out in size 88 font on the back.
yeah,
I really
Giant.
I couldn't get it to work with the service that we use for printing stuff, but I really wanted to have Party Up on the back of this. They could only do stuff on the front.
Ah. Don't forget Total
It's
Party Chaos on Fridays, where the
TPK on Friday. Yes,
channel points do
I did
matter.
forget that. Channel points do matter, and I had forgotten about that, and I apologize that because Billy had been sick and things had happened, so you missed it. I think you guys missed a couple weeks or something, and so I did forget. My bad. I was like, I know Billy does something. Billy DMs that one, and you can't forget the guy who actually does everything because that's rude. Um, Other than that, gosh, we are. Oh, sponsors. We have amazing sponsors. So we want to make sure we thank our sponsor for today. So, Matt.
Give me a break, give me a break, break me a piece of that, break me off a piece of,
Hey, Matt.
We're doing our sponsor. Yeah.
Matt,
ba,
how are ya?
break me off a piece of that, ba, ba,
Matt,
break me off
what are you doing?
a piece of that.
Everyone is saying hi to you, but you're basically ignoring them.
What?
We've been saying hello to you.
You have?
Yeah, like all of us. Dustin was trying to get your attention. You're supposed to be doing the ad spot.
The ad spot. I am?
Yeah, Matt. Remember you said you would write that this week.
Crap, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I have had this song stuck in my head all week, and I can't remember the words. It's been driving me crazy.
You didn't write an ad spot because you have a song stuck in your head. Matt, if I had a nickel for every time I had a song stuck in my head,
I would have $1 million.
what?
What?
That happens to you too?
Is that not how it is for everyone?
Yeah, I just assumed the entire world had things running through their head non-stop.
Exactly.
Anyway, are we ready to play then?
I mean, yeah. Oh, yes! We are playing D&D today.
Let's do it.
So keen!
All right.
Break me off a piece of that.
Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something though?
Break me off a piece of that.
Oh, that's right. The ad spot.
Give
Matt,
me a
did you have that ready?
He already told you he didn't.
Right.
Maybe you guys could help me get the song out of my head, and then we could do something for the ad spot.
For it.
So it goes, give me a break, break me off a piece of that, dun, dun, dun. Anything help?
You don't know the rest of the words?
It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's like, give me a break, break me off a piece of that, TA maps. Is that it?
You think the song says break me off a piece of that TA maps?
Break me off a piece of that football cream.
Football cream.
It's right there.
What is happening here?
Break me off a piece of that Fernway dice.
Matt, you are floundering.
God, why is this so hard?
That's what she said.
Break me off a piece of that quiet year. No.
Matt?
Break me off a piece of that day 20.
Matt?
I don't think that's it. Break me off a piece of that ember wind.
Matt!
What?
You forgot level 1 gamers.
Huh? What?
You're doing an ad spot right now. Just say level 1 gamers.
That isn't how the song goes, though. It doesn't even fit. Break me off a piece of that level 1 gamers. See, it doesn't work.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Make
Break
sure
me off a
that you
piece
do
of
check
that
them
Chrissy
out.
wake up. Break me off a piece of that leather shoe.
Seriously, they have amazing stuff.
Custom maps and great
Break me off
merch.
a piece of that.
Fun new TTRPGs and amazing dice.
And new
Break me
playable
off a piece of
content
that
that is
hemp
innovative and
maps.
exciting, such as the Inquisitor class that Matt is currently playing right now.
Right? What?
Thanks for the ad spot, Matt. I knew we could count on you.
I didn't do anything. Oh, I got it. Break me off a piece of that kit.
Okay, everybody, it's time to get going. So thank you once again to our sponsors. You're amazing. We love you. But it's time to settle in, I think, and journey once again to the sunset over Vengalia. When last we left off, the heroes had infiltrated the Temple of Dyrus in Loch Hilbrun by navigating the sewers underneath it. Managing their way through the tunnels, avoiding a tripwire that was designed to eviscerate and destroy large rodents or other possible intruders to the sewer system. They navigated the tunnels, gaining access to the upper floor of the temple. Once they arrive, they hear humming coming from the sounds of the inner sanctuary. They quietly approach, and as they approach and peek their head around the corner, they see a small gnome secured to the wall, and a creature with a giant center eye and 4 eye stalks extending from its body, floating around the room, humming to itself. As they try to sneak in, the creature greets them and invites them into the room to be his next sacrifice. Determined to not be the sacrifice, Nemea runs in to attack, and battle ensues. Quickly realizing they may have bitten off more than they could chew, the party is almost decimated. At one point, H.E.R.O.E.S is the only one standing against the zombie beholder that was absorbing the life force of the villagers to regain his strength. As H.E.R.O.E.S was just about to be blasted by a beam of necrotic energy that had downed everyone else, just before the beholder could loose the beam, the gnome attached to the wall managed to dispel the energy in an effort to save the life of H.E.R.O.E.S and in return, hopefully saving his own life. Finally, the party was able to bring down the undead horror through the killing blow of Nemea. With combat finished, Dorabak, the gnome necromancer, attempts to plead for his life, but seemingly the party has no interest in his words. As he's attempting to negotiate, trying to save his own life, The party is interrupted by a red-scaled dragonborn entering the temple and addressing them. And this is where we will pick up today. As you turn, you see a dragonborn decked in full plate mail, sword, shield adorning his body. What are you gonna do with this one? He belongs to me.
This one, the gnome.
This one, no.
Sorry, you're catching us at a rather odd moment. Might I ask who you are? What lets you lay claim to this here gnome?
You realize that he has done horrible things, yes?
Oh yes, we were just in the middle of a conversation about some of those horrible things.
I am here to make sure he pays for the horrible things he has done.
Oh,
Will you make him pay?
Life for life.
could I insight check that?
You sure can.
Yeah. 16.
He seems very genuine.
Vix, I don't like all of this talk of killing him. He needs to be punished for what he did, but we don't decide who gets to live or die.
Could I combo that with the detect alignment?
You can. Give me just 1 second here to pull his page up. I thought I had it up, and I did not. So take me just 1 brief second.
Idiot. Hopefully we can reach some sort of accord with this gentleman. It seems.
It is true neutral.
I think we're probably on mostly the same page. As Vic says that
And
they're
the
sort of.
mayor and Chorus too. Look at them. They're fighting over who can kill him.
I don't care anymore. I'm in no condition to keep fighting.
Oh,
What were you going to say, Edie?
To stand in my way.
Absolutely not. And I'm just gonna walk away.
Oh,
seeing Nemaya's hurt, I want to heal her.
sir, could I have your name? Introductions seem to be in order.
My name is Belkax. Belkax Delmirev.
Belkax Delmirev. I'm Vix.
Vix.
Are you... This seems like maybe an over-involved question. Perhaps we can put that off. If you don't mind, we did do the work of slaying the creature in here, and we've been kind of following this Dorabak thread for some time, so if it's alright with you, do you bear sort of the official seal and authority of the crown? Are you a part of the government, or are you just some wandering vigilante, as it were?
I bear no seal of crown. I hunt down people who do bad things to others. When
Well,
innocent lives are threatened, I take action.
Vix is sort of like peering over, like now that Nemea's walked away, Vix is like meeting Chorus's gaze and just like looking in and checking in with him. How's Chorus reacting?
Chorus has turned, crossed his arms, and is standing in front of Dorabak and just glaring at the dragonborn.
Well, if you don't mind, we did see to a lot of the work here, so me and my friend are going to have a little side chat here. I think we're on the same page overall with our goals and morals, and if you don't mind, we were sort of hoping to exact some justice of our own. And then once we're done, you can sort of pick up any pieces that may be left. Does that sound satisfactory? Satisfactory.
He's going to insight check you.
Sure.
That is a...
What was it? Sorry, you cut out.
18.
Okay. For the record, I did roll high, but in general, he does get a feel of like Vix is genuine in saying that they are probably on the same page, and Vix doesn't have any intent of making this an opposed moment.
He adjusts his shield a little bit, checks his sword to make sure it's like loose, not going to catch on anything. I will give you time to work out what you want, but do not stand in my way, please. He has done much evil, and for that he must pay.
Vix like gives a bow and the opposite way that I am, so that they can put their ring next to their hand, and sends a message spell to Belkax that says, "I assure you, justice will be done."
That was really awful. Here, I'm gonna get. Here you go. I healed her to begin with, and it was only for 10 hit points because my dice didn't like me, and obviously I'm feeling tired, so I got her again for 25.
Oh shit.
That's what it should have been.
As you release the spell to Dorabak, Justice, I'm strapped to the wall. What kind of justice? I'm at your mercy.
Vix like pivots, turns on their heels, and like, "Indeed you are. That brings us to our next point of conversation. Just one moment, though." And like leans into Chorus. Chorus, do you mind if I? Sorry, I realize I probably wasn't deserving of this moment, but I would like to have a little bit of a moment with him, and if you'd like to help, I would appreciate it.
I planned on running him through here, or taking him back to the others, so that they could do it, but as long as he's dead.
You and the dragonborn are sort of barking up the same tree, and for me, I feel like death is far too blunt a lesson for this particular individual. I'll propose my brand of justice, and if both of you find it satisfactory, we leave it at that. How's that sound?
Okay.
Well, Dorabak, first,
Reached a decision then.
Yes. Hold on. I think you'll be reasonably pleased. And Vix is going to walk up to Dorabak. Is he like where we can reach him?
He's probably right now about halfway up the aisle of the temple. Like, so if you guys were when you were in the sanctuary, you know how they had that rows of the pews. He's probably about halfway up between the pews, where you guys are up more against the wall, where Dorabak was fastened or secured.
No, I mean Dorabak. Is Dorabak within reach of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were asking about Belkax.
No. And I messaged Belkax specifically to say that justice will be done.
Oh, sorry, I thought you messaged Dorabak. So
no, it's okay.
I was confused, and so the message that Dorabak sent, the response was from Dorabak.
Yeah.
Belkax, if that's your message, my bad. Apparently, I'm still stuck on the Kit Kat bars. Or Chrissy, I don't know.
Have you had a Snickers?
No way. God.
You're not you when you're hungry.
When you said justice would be done, his response would be, "We shall see."
Dorabak. First of all, a few questions before we get to the real heart of the matter. Why did that thing leave you alive?
It needed me to maintain its connection to the world. I summoned it. If I died before it had its full strength, it would have lost its connection and been sent back. I think. I don't. or maybe it just wanted to feed on me last. I don't know.
Interesting. Where did you even find that thing? Did you find its body and you tried to resurrect it, yes? Or animate it?
I had a spell that I found that it was just to summon a creature, and I thought it would be really cool if I altered some words a little bit and tried to summon something different, and so I tried to alter the spell, and this is what came from the ground and overwhelmed me and surprised me. I wasn't trying to summon a beholder. I'm not... Well, I'm foolish, but I'm not an idiot. And I thought I knew my limits, but my ego... It got the best of me. There was no harm intended.
Vix kind of puts their hand on his shoulder in like a there sort of gesture. I understand. And your ultimate justice will hopefully reside with the town that your arrogance destroyed. But first, and Vix like moves their hand down to hold his hand, and with a smile on their face they say, I am the bosun at the world's helm. Purgation is my hymn, but mercy still slows the lashes owed to you, dear Dorabak. And so I ask,
The what?
shall it be tongue or the hands?
What did... I don't understand what you're asking. What did you... You said words, but they were gibberish to me.
Magic takes a terrible toll, my dear Dorabak. Forgiveness is divine, but lo, you find yourself among mortals, and my Inquisition demands payment for this infraction.
I've got money.
You've torn down the veil between life and death, and the world cannot abide this transgression to go unpunished. The choice I give you is what little mercy I can spare. So will it be the tongues, such to strip the verbals of the spells wrought before from your mouth? Or shall it be the hands, so that no gestures arcane nor divine shall find your limbs yet again?
You want to cut my tongue out?
I don't want to do anything. The universe demands this, my friend.
You a barbarian.
You killed an entire town for your folly and arrogant dabbling in the arcane arts, and therefore you shall have punishment meted out, a pound of flesh for the thousands of pounds lying dead and burning in the streets. The fact that you will live yet to see more marvels than you deserve, that is a mercy. Is it the tongue or the hands? Before I pitch you over to this dragonborn, you have neither.
I killed no one. It was no... I killed no one.
Last chance to make a choice before the dragonborn gets his way, and you will not enjoy that.
So right now, so looking at the map, so you're right up against him.
Let me switch over to the map.
Let's go look at the map. Where is everybody?
Where's the map?
Place yourself. I'm the map.
I'm the mat.
So your weapon is gone probably right now. Nemea, Needy, where are you guys at?
I just follow it. That's where we were. We'll just stay there.
You would have stayed there? Okay.
We walked away to heal.
Perfect. Chorus, is that where you would have been?
Yeah.
There's our dragonborn friend.
He was right about there.
Nemea and Vic, or Edie, and this little fun moment.
The murder squad.
The murder squad.
As you are threatening his very life, he is going to bonus action Misty Step. And also, he's free, and he ends up over here. And he's, I will not lose my hands or my tongue over a mistake. This was not my choice. I did not choose to destroy this town. And he's going to try to run 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, to right here.
Can I try and cut him off?
We will do an initiative roll, so you'll roll against him.
Okay.
Vix would also
I
be
will
acting.
Say you'll roll. I will say, Nemea, you're rolling at disadvantage because you were not immediately part of that discussion, and you were over being healed by Edie while this was happening. You can still roll. Vix, you can have a straight roll because you would have probably been prepared for something like that.
Yes.
I roll as well.
Sure. Edie or Nemea, would you roll?
At disadvantage, I still got a 17.
Okay.
Got
Vix,
6.
of course, would you guys roll? Okay.
I'm not paying attention.
I got a 25.
Vix, would you roll? 20. So
Don't
Vix,
you?
you will go first. He has his bonus action Misty Step that he just did. And then, so it'll be Vix, Nemea, then Dorabak, depending on what happens, and then Chorus and Edie. Oh, and let me also roll for Belkax, because as he sees that, he would have started moving. Okay, got it.
Vix is going to, let me see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
In
35.
fact, I'm going to go ahead and put you guys. Chorus, what did you roll again for initiative?
8.
And then Edie was 6.
Yep.
Which you were 25.
I was 25, yep.
And Nemea, you were 18, 17.
17.
That way, I can have you guys in initiative. So go ahead, Vix. You will go first.
I'm going to bonus action invoke a judgment of sacred destruction. I'm spending a spell slot because my judgment is still down. So first level spell slot to do judgment, and then sorry, no, I'm not doing that. I need to do something else. Still gonna spend that spell slot. I am bonus action going to use expeditious retreat. And Vic says, "I've practiced for this day far too long. You're not getting away." And sprints after him. Bonus action dash and movement to get right in front of, or actually to get right behind him. And as Vix is running, says to the dragonborn, "He's chosen death. Have at him," and is going to slash twice with the scimitar.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
Ooh, 12.
Does not hit.
That will hit. 23.
That does hit.
7 points of slashing.
Okay. As you dash across his back, I've not chosen death. I've chosen life. I'm trying to leave. Just let me be. Okay. That will end your turn.
Yep.
Nemea, you're up.
I would have been listening to the conversation, and once Edie's spell has taken effect. Thanks, sweetie. I'll be right back. And is the ground still difficult terrain?
It is for right now, yes. It takes a little bit of time for all of that to start. We forgot about that,
that's
so
fine.
I'll let you have one round of free movement because I
Oops.
forgot about that. But going forward, no, I forgot about it too. So going forward, it will be difficult terrain, but you can fly, so you can.
I can fly,
hover
yes. I was like,
technically.
that's fine. So yep. I will wait. How far is that? 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I can make that easy anyway. I'm gonna burn another rage. And I'm gonna go for a grapple.
Ooh, okay.
So I have advantage. That's a athletics,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wait. Yeah. Cool. 18.
With his natural 22, or natural 20 for a total of 22 acrobatics, he ducks out of the way, just kept swooping in and trying to grab it. He ducks. Please let me be. Let me be. I don't mean anybody any harm. I just want to leave. All right.
I'm going to declare my tail as well. Sorry.
Major move. Okay.
You would get a second grapple
Tail.
attempt because it replaces an attack.
Yeah.
What?
Cool. Yep, I'm gonna do it again then.
Okay.
Oh, much better. That's 23.
Still another natural 20, but only 22 because his acrobatics is only a +2. So he slips, and you reach out and snag him by the collar. I said, "Let me be." So you're holding on
Can I
to
like
him.
hold him by the collar and pick him up? Like if he's a little gnome, surely I can lift him.
Yeah. Make a strength check just to see where you're at with that.
Okay. That's a natural 20 with
Yep.
strength. 20. Yeah, it's 23.
All right. You got it. Yeah, he's like dangling. I said, "Let me be. I mean no one any harm." And once again, he shimmers and disappears out of your hand and
Oh my god.
appears down here. Back here. And then he is going to attempt to run out of the door. But again, remembering now that this is difficult terrain, he's only going to get 5, 10, so to there. He gets right to the door. He is going to use his action to dash, and he will get out the door. And he's out the door. So about 10 feet out the door. Up next is the dragonborn. He is going to.
What can this dude do?
I'm terrified to find out.
Would he have made it that far with only half movement?
Well, he had Misty Step, then he used his motion, his movement, and his action to dash. He is going to first off do a dagger throw. So he's going to spin and just and huck a dagger at Dorabak. That is a 16 to hit, which will hit. That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage as the dagger just flies through and just hits him right in the back. Then he is going to and you see as he throws the dagger, he just holds his hand back up and the dagger reappears back in his hand, and he hauls back and throws it again for another same attack hit, and another 8 points of piercing damage as the daggers just right in his back, one after the other, and then once again it reappears in his hand. You are not going anywhere. And then he is going to go ahead 1, 2, 3, move up here, and he is going to action surge and
Oh wow.
take an additional action. He is going to then use Tasha's hideous laughter.
Oh, let's go.
He's going to. The only thing that's funny about all of this is how you will be weeping at my feet before this is done. And then Dorabak gets to make a save of wisdom, and Dorabak is not a wise person.
As we've seen.
That is going to be a. Nope, that's even better. Still going to succeed with a. Even with a -1, that's an 18, so that will save. So Dorabak's like. Starts like crying a little bit. That will end Belkax's turn. Chorus, you are up.
How far away is Dorabak? You said he got out the door, but is he just
He's
out
about
the door?
10. He's about 10 feet out the door.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot him with my longbow. So let's see. I'm just gonna make 2 longbow attacks.
Do it.
That's a 11 to hit for one.
Misses.
Misses, yeah. But that's a 21 to hit for the other one.
That second one will definitely hit.
Get him.
So 5 plus. And so 4. 7 points of damage.
As the arrow sticks in just under where the daggers had struck, you see him stumble a little bit. He turns. Please, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not. You want to have any bonus actions?
I don't think so.
Since this is your first turn, you can have full range of movement.
Oh, okay, cool. Well then, yeah, I will cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action. And I guess, can I retcon slightly and just say that I did Zephyr Strike? Well, never mind. Don't worry about it. No, I won't cast Zephyr Strike then because it doesn't actually matter.
Okay.
It's all good. I'll just move. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Perfect. Sure, that's good.
That ends your turn?
Yeah.
Edie, you are up.
Edie is not overly happy with any of this at the moment. She doesn't really know what to do. I think she's just going to. I think just as she's standing there, kind of brow furrowed, she's going to send 3 magic missiles towards this guy.
Nice.
Roll that.
Classic.
What is a D4?
And he doesn't have shield prepared. So.
Oh man, I was about to say this is either going to be great or terrible.
What kind of wizard doesn't have shield?
What
That's
a noob.
12
You've been
damage.
strapped to a wall for a while. It's
Yeah.
how much?
12.
Oh my gosh. As your missiles, and what do they look like again, just for everybody? who's
They're
watching?
little gold darts, like
As your
just
little
like
gold darts
little
is
gold.
He's looking super rough right now. It's not
Laugh
looking
if
good
Edie
at all.
killed him after all that.
It was not far off.
I
Edie, are
rolled
you
2
gonna move?
4s
Do
and
you
a
have
1 as well.
you
No,
gonna-
Edie's not going to move. She's
Any
like,
bonus action?
she's just grumping at this point.
She's grumping, takes out a cookie, making me do this.
Yeah, like actually, how far away is he? Oh,
He
is exactly 60 feet
No,
from me.
He's about 10 feet beyond that.
Oh,
The
never
map
mind
just
then.
doesn't extend. Okay.
That's the end of my turn then.
Okay. Vix, you're back up. The
I
moment you're
will.
on
Vix is just like shaking their head, drops the scimitar, and bonus action. Now I will expend a spell slot to get my judgments back, and the tattoo of the targeting little crosshairs goes over their aiming eye as they draw the short bow. You're not innocent. You had a chance to have a merciful existence, to have justice exacted on you in the proper way. You've chosen not to do that. May you find peace in the afterlife. And I'm going to fire 2 shots, justice judgment of sacred justice to add to my attack roll. Natural 20.
As you shoot, he turns and drops to his knees. Please, I beg you, please. How do you want to do this?
You had your moment to beg. Your hands and tongue are yours. Your life is mine. And the arrow goes straight between the eyes.
Go ahead and roll damage.
With the crit rules, that is 5, 11, 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay. As the arrow just sinks, he like rocks back on his heels and just like stays there with his arms like just down at his side, and he's just back and not like moving anymore, as blood just drips down the back of the arrow onto the floor. You are out of any kind of combat. He's no longer running. At least you're out of combat with him. Did not wish him to be dead. But I liked your idea about taking his hands. Take his hands.
I was planning on it. And Vix like walks back, grabs their scimitar, and starts moving over. I didn't want him dead either. Maybe he could have learned a lesson and actually...
It is not too late to take his hands.
Fair enough. And Vix just starts carving through.
Are any of you going to try to do anything to stop him? If not, that's fine. Okay. The hands
I'm gonna drop my rage.
He looks over at you, Edie. Heal him. Quickly. Heal him.
I send across a healing word. I move closer, within 60 feet, but not too much closer. And I heal him for 8 points.
Just as you're about to release the heal, he opens up the mouth and takes the dagger and slices the tongue out and throws it to the ground. He gets neither. And then as you're healing, he wakes up and like,
We missed that last...
As he realizes he now has no tongue or hands, he screams. Belkax grabs him by the back of the collar. You have not yet faced justice. Death is too good. You are coming with me. And drags him. You have done well. You have my thanks. And have earned my trust. If we meet again, well, hopefully it will be on good terms.
Where might we cross paths with you? Shame you can't stick around to share a pint.
He looks over at Belkax, or at Dorabak, who's bleeding, like, his mouth is, like, pooling blood, his hands are bleeding. I could drink.
Do you mind if I give him a quick once-over? He might have some goodies on him.
By all means.
I'm gonna give Dorabak a frisk, make sure he's not got anything.
As you search him over, go ahead and make a investigation check.
I am going to use a new ability that I just got from our level up. I'm going to switch my judgment over from a judgment of sacred justice to a judgment of clarity, which adds my judgment bonus to intelligence and wisdom checks.
Nice.
So that is a 21. No, sorry, 22 with the judgment bonus.
As you are investigating him, you find some basic like spell components, component pouch, things like that. His spell book, which appears to have mostly been desecrated through this course. But on his fingers, as you're like, I wonder, you search the hands that were thrown, that you grabbed. There's a ring on each hand.
I take those rings.
And those rings definitely stand out as being something special. There's also 15 gold on it.
I'll also take his spellbook.
He just weeps as he sees you like going through his stuff.
You had a chance to handle this far more gracefully, Dorabak. There are hundreds dead because of you. You did not balance the arcane with wisdom. You did not see the limits of your power. And so now you must face the consequences of those actions.
You said 8 hit points is what you healed him for, correct, Edie?
Yeah.
Okay. He just starts crying, which is a pathetic sound for somebody with no tongue.
Yeah.
I was just.
What are the
gonna
rest
kill
of you
him.
doing?
Can Edie just go up and just tend to his wounds, not actually heal him, but just kind of like put something covering his
yeah.
hands, and I
If you
don't
would do
know
a
what I could
medicine
do with
check
his
for
mouth.
me.
16.
Okay. You pull out like the medical kit that you guys have and some gauze, and you are able to help like wrap his wounds in some gauze and some bandages so that he stops bleeding everywhere, and kind of shoves some gauze in his mouth. Like, we're gonna have to change that every so often, or it's gonna fill with blood, and that's it's just gonna be gross. But
Don't actually look at him in the face at any point of that interaction.
okay, good to know. And you then, as in your efforts to not look him in the face, notice him like trying to like he wants that he's looking for reassurance from somebody. He's seen some compassion and mercy in you. He's hoping that like there might be more compassion and mercy from you. And he's trying to like and
As I
sees
catch
you.
as he tries to catch Edie's eye, she looks up for a moment and leans in, and she's like, "You made terrible choices that killed a lot of people. And then instead of accepting punishment for it, which I, I, I was trying so hard to make sure that you would come out the other end of this. I know what it's like to make mistakes, and you still tried to run? That's not okay. And you deserve whatever's coming next. I wish I didn't feel that way."
He just sobs, no way to communicate because he doesn't have hands to write. He doesn't have a tongue to speak, so he just sobs and impotence. He just at this point really has nothing.
Edie leaves him there.
Chorus, Nemea, what are you guys doing?
I would have just started walking around and looking for anything that Dorabak may have left here. Is this the place where he started all the ritual casting? Like, is there anything in here that he's left of interest before he was chained to the wall?
Make a investigation check. Are you just searching within the sanctuary?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Not great. 11.
Okay. You start looking around. You don't see any signs of the summons actually even taking place here. It appears that maybe it took place somewhere else, but they came here afterwards. So you don't see any signs of the summons or anything like that. With that roll, unfortunately, I mean, you see the broken stained glass window, you see the desecrated stuff, but you don't really see any signs of his magic or anything like that. Anything that he would have used for that.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, of course, what are you doing?
I think H.E.R.O.E.S also would be looking around, just checking things over, mostly making sure there's not like residual evil things, but also just looking to see if there's anything.
And also just within the sanctuary currently?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
13.
Okay. You look around, you see pretty much the same things, although you see against one of the areas where Edie had been slammed by the telekinesis. You see like a portion of like a altar or a stand had been like knocked over, and in there you see like when you pull it back, you see a scroll that was there, left amongst the ruin.
I'll pick it up and try to read it.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do not.
You do not understand the scroll.
I'll pocket it anyway.
Okay.
you don't mind me asking, where are
So-
you going to take him?
There are people who will make decisions regarding his fate from this point forward. A council, if you will, of overseers who try to dictate the natural order of things within civilizations. And when that natural order is interrupted, we act to stop it, to make sure that it maintains the balance at all times.
Interesting. Well, not that this was a job interview or anything, but sounds like a couple of chaps I wouldn't mind meeting if I ever managed to cross paths with them.
Well, if we see you again, then perhaps we regarding. But you said something about drinking, but also perhaps I should go before he passes out. It's
Yes.
much harder to carry.
Yes, don't let me keep you from your duties. I just meant, shame you have to go. We could chat about
Oh,
shared
of
interests,
course.
and we still need to sort of clean up around here and see that things are set right.
It is fair. I will take him and he will pay justice for what he beyond even this. Perhaps in another life he will make better decisions.
I hope so.
You are Vix, but you are not. Are you all Vix?
I'm just Vix. This over there is
Oh,
Nemea, the one angrily shoving that pew out of the way. The one who's rooting around the wall is Chorus. And then there's, well, I won't speak for her, she's right here.
I'm Edie.
Edie, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. That is a lot to say. I shall refer to you as Vix.
We're the heroes.
Yes, that.
I see.
Highly effective rapscallions offering esoteric services. Heroes.
That seems fitting. I shall speak of you to the council.
Where are you going?
Like right now, where am I going, or in general?
Yeah.
I'm taking this one to the council.
Where?
Not here. It's far away. It
I'm
will
from
be-
far away.
Are you?
Mhm.
I'm from another continent.
I'm from another plane.
Interesting. Perhaps someday I shall have cause to travel to this plane. And when I travel there, can I say that you sent me?
No.
Oh. Well then. Hopefully I shall have no cause to travel to your plane, because really, when I travel somewhere, it's not generally for pleasure.
Edie just turns to Vix and is just like, he's creepy. Loud enough that he could hear.
He's someone for whom work comes first in most things, I would imagine.
Like the one that was looking for you.
Maybe, but with a hopefully a more pleasant bent. Vix switches to Draconic and asks, "Have you been to Kadesh recently?"
I have. It is well.
Vix just gives like a thankful nod, half bow.
He speaks back to you. Maybe you should return home someday. It's good to see where you come from.
Vix's skin loses some of its color and gets replaced with that silvery tint. And then it flickers back.
He gives a nod of acknowledgement, but
Perhaps.
well, like I said, my journey is long. But the company sucks. So I shall leave. But again, if we encounter one another in the future, perhaps it will be maybe in different circumstances and we will have more time to talk.
Indeed.
And he looks over at you, Edie. I'm sorry that I appear creepy to you. I'm about keeping balance. There is good and there is evil. And both have to be allowed to flourish for there to be balance, but one cannot be allowed to flourish more than the other. I keep order. And if that's creepy to you, well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was not my intent to be creeping you out.
It's okay. It's not a bad thing.
It was good to meet you, Belkax.
It was interesting, and I hope good to meet you as well. Hopefully, in the future, if we cross again, we will not do so as enemies ever. Doing it where we mutually benefit is better than crossing paths with weapons drawn.
Yes, this was a far more amicable introduction. Let's hope to continue it.
I would have hated to kill you all, so goodbye. And he just grabs Dorabak and just starts dragging him backwards out the door.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm starting to see what you mean.
Yeah. That, I mean, each to their own, I guess.
Sure. I am sorry if that makes you see me differently, Edie. What just happened?
What?
Oh, just the whole... It's not every day you offer someone the choice of losing their tongue or losing their hands.
You gave him a choice.
That I did.
I'm pretty sure that everyone was gunning for his life and you offered to just hinder his magic, which was well deserved. You were gonna hand him over. We did. What we did was the right thing to do, I think.
I think so too.
I didn't like having to heal him back to consciousness after taking his hands and tongue, though. That made me feel very weird.
That was definitely a complicated spot to put you in. Yes.
I don't want to do that again.
In the future, you can just ask me to do it. I still have some magic left.
Okay.
Speaking of, are you still hurt? Can I do anything for you?
Yeah, I'm a little hurt.
Here,
Not too bad.
give me your hand. And as you're talking with Vix, you notice that those little faint tattoos that appear on their skin whenever they're doing their judgment, this new one is actually in the dark part of their eye. One of their eyes is ringed with these green circles.
Whoa.
And just for the audience, because I don't think we actually made that common knowledge, the party did level up after the fight with the Beholder. They've not had a long rest, so they don't get the full benefits of it yet, but they did level up last week after the session.
You get 11 HP.
Oh, thank you. I feel so much better.
This purple light just sort of extends across your skin for a moment, and there's the faint ticking of a clock. There we go. Not all the way better, but better than it was.
Much better. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Edie. Thank you for rushing over to save me just a few moments ago. That was a close one.
Anytime. I got you. And did you see? I concentrated hard and I healed him from far away.
You did?
That's the first time I've ever done that one.
Your magic is getting stronger, Edie. It's very impressive.
Edie's got the biggest grin.
While you're talking, Chorus is... I'm gonna walk up. Well, that guy was kind of a jackass. Anybody know how to read this? And I'm gonna hand him the scroll.
Speak Dwarvish.
Nope.
I am afraid I do not.
Edie's like, Ellie can. and she kind of holds it at Ellie's eye level and like acts like she's listening. Ask comprehend languages as Ellie starts glowing.
All right. I am going to send you the
Ooh.
link.
Ellie is full of surprises.
He's so smart.
Do you have it?
That's scary.
Yes, I have it.
Okay.
Okay, this is what Ellie has to say. These are the words of the priest Rick Alder.
Oh no.
Rick Alderon of Astilia.
Oh no.
We are not newcomers to affection. You understand the etiquette, and I know too. A full betrothal is indeed my plan. You would not be so doted upon by anyone else. I just want to tell you my heart. I beseech you, understand. I will never give you up. I will never fail you. I will never stray from you nor condemn you. You will never weep because of me. I will never leave you. I will never vex nor lie to you.
Alright, I'ma head out.
It
There's more.
keeps going.
It keeps. There's more.
There's more. It's the full words.
Do you
of
want me
the
to
Calderon
keep
of
going,
Astelia.
guys?
I think
We've been acquainted for many years.
this sounds. I don't think we're the intended audience for this.
I don't think so. I
Is there
don't
like a
think
fire,
so.
like a little like brazier or anything burning in here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Toss it in. That was pointless.
Cast it into the fire, Frodo.
I
Remind
thought
me
it was quite
to-
beautiful.
Remind me
Sounds
to
like a-
just never read the scroll again.
I mean, Ellie could have gotten the translation a little wrong.
I think it was alright.
Oh,
Are
amazing.
we done in here?
I've been sitting on that for so long.
I really couldn't tell if it was like a plot thing. Like you were giddy, so I couldn't tell if it was giddy for the joke or giddy for the like a plot reveal or something. I was, oh.
You know, I know we're breaking immersion for just a minute, but I tell you, it's not easy to reword "never gonna give you up" in like old English. Like, it's not easy.
As
And
the
so I
bard
think-
would have said.
Physically couldn't read it in the song's tune, otherwise I was going to die.
Have we given this place the once over? Any spots of holy water in here?
I didn't see any.
Not sure.
In this
Let's-
sanctuary, you didn't really see anything. Most everything in here is destroyed. You didn't really inspect the outer areas of the upper portion. If you want to do an investigation,
Yeah.
you're welcome to do so.
Edie
Yeah,
wants
and-
to start having a look, but as she does, Ellie starts glowing again, and she casts Detect Magic. And as she does that, there's like a glowing aura that kind of out from her, like gold dust.
Cool.
What's the range on that?
30 feet, and it's 10 minutes. So as she
okay.
walks around.
Perfect. So as you're doing that, obviously the stuff that you guys are carrying that's already magic lights up. The 2 rings that Vix found light up. And as you travel, you're walking around, you get a glow as well. You're walking through and you get this pull from this room that's like a storage room. You think you open it up and it appears to actually belong to the temple guard. You see a cloak that gives off a glow, as well as a weapon that looks similar to a halberd, but it is giving off a glow as well.
Edie grabs both and comes back out to the. Well, was anyone coming with me as I was walking around, or?
Vix was following
Yeah,
me, yeah.
I would have followed.
Yeah, I immediately turn around holding both things. I'm like, can you see?
Very
And
well
like
spotted.
obviously and through her eyes they're like glowing or glittering with magic, but there's something going on with this. She hands it over to Vix.
Also find like a priest's quarters kind of thing that has a little cabinet that has some vials of holy water that have not been destroyed.
Nice.
And
More
the
holy-
slickness and everything has started to slowly dissipate. The signs of the passing are changing.
I'll make sure and put those holy water vials into the bag of holding.
Matt, your rings are glowing too.
Ah,
Who's
yes.
that?
I had
Vix.
Vix quickly shape changed their face into me. No.
I looked down at your little face and it said Matt.
It said Matt beneath. She's just reading.
While she
He's
can
let to-
because of the spell.
Yeah. Vix is going to offer up the rings. I thought they looked a little bit magical, so I made sure to grab those just in case he was keeping any sort of trick up his sleeve.
They're glowing like the cloak and this. But
Should we take these things back with us, or do you mind if I pop a squat? I can examine these while you all rest up. I'm not feeling too bad.
you want to? I'm happy to go back or rest. What do you got? What time is it?
You guys left pretty early in the day. Took you a little while. It's still probably just around noon, maybe.
Take a rest, hey?
And then while they're resting, I can do some identify ritual casts.
Sure.
While that's going on, Chorus is gathering like any bits of paper, scrolls, random things, pieces of the pew, like different pews that are broken and stuff, and building like a little bonfire fire, and is going to. The beholder's body is still there, right? Or
The
did it,
beholder's
like...
body is there, but it has started like deteriorating a little bit, like starting to melt back into. It's like you see the life energy that it had absorbed has kind of leaked back out, and it's now going back towards the zombified form and stuff like that, and then starting to melt and everything.
Cool. So Chorus is burning the beholder body, the rest of it, and
Perfect.
pulling any other scrolls that he finds. He opens, looks at them, sees if he can read them, and if not, he just throws them in the fire.
Oh, of course. Oh, can I help with some of that? I wanted. Maybe some of those scrolls are useful.
I mean,
You don't find any other scrolls.
Oh.
However, you do find a book.
Ooh.
And it is titled, and this one is in common, and it is titled The Price of Ambition.
Bit on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flip through it.
Okay. As you just flick through it, go ahead and make just a cursory like perception check or investigation check. I'll let you do either one. Just kind of skimming through it.
Then that 20.
Yeah.
26.
Your years of speed reading classes really start to pay off here. The book, again, titled "The Price of Ambition." As you're skimming through, you look and realize that it's regarding, it's about the Hells, and this primarily justice, and it tells the story of his pride, his ambition, and eventually his downfall, resulting in him being trapped within the confines of a massive iceberg by Asmodeus. It mentions that despite his limitations and lack of mobility, Levistus has managed to still maintain his level of control and influence in the world. There's speculation regarding his downfall just all over the place. It abounds. But this story actually mostly glosses over that. Instead, it focuses more on the effects rather than the cause. So this is reference in there to other books that are not here that will go more in depth into what he actually did, but this is more about like the effects after the effects. The price of his ambition.
All right, I won't throw fire.
Before...
This seems right up your alley.
Oh. This looks like a good read. This is perfect, thank you. I was just going to ask, before you burn that, would you mind terribly if I tried to extract a few teeth? They look in reasonable shape.
Sure.
Go for it.
Would this be survival?
I will have you. So I would say I'll let you do Arcana or Survival.
Okay, Arcana's way better. I'll do that.
Can I help?
Sure.
Of course, has extracted a lot of teeth.
Alright, 17.
Okay. Most of these are rotten because it's from a zombie creature. You do manage to find two teeth that are good enough condition that you can extract them, and because the body is pretty rapidly decaying, you are able to get it out relatively easily.
Thank you for that, course.
No problem. Do you have something in mind to do with them, or?
It's an old fairy tale that I've been tracking down. Runes emblazoned upon bone from elsewhere, burned to ash to fuel destruction.
You're trying to fuel destruction?
It has a lot to do with that little piece that I keep beneath my arm. I think that the alchemical properties of it require more esoteric alchemy.
I understand. I mean, I don't, but I'll trust you.
I assure you, nothing malicious planned. At least not for anyone we wouldn't want to be malicious towards.
Good to know. And I go back to burning the body.
Were the hands of Dorabak anywhere? After you remove the rings from the Vix?
Threw the Belkax threw them basically at Vix's feet.
Yeah, Vix, did you do anything
So
with them
Vix
after
picked
that?
them up to take the rings.
Yeah, but after that I would have just left him on the floor.
Okay.
Edie at some point has gone and found the hands, and she's wrapping them up like mummy hands and ties them together like boxing gloves. She's like, I'm gonna show these to Trim so she knows that there was something done about this. I thought she should be the one to decide what happened to him. We didn't give her that choice, so at least this is something, right? She like holds up the hands. They're like,
That's a very good idea.
Gross. Love it. I also want to real quick say welcome into our Raiders. Thank you for coming and checking us out. Hope you will check out our other streams as well.
Yes, I was hoping that the town could have a little bit of a say in Dorabak's ultimate fate, but I didn't feel like picking a fight with that guy in the moment.
no.
I really didn't like him.
The dragonborn or Dorabak?
Well, both, but I was speaking about the dragonborn specifically.
Huh. Out of curiosity,
Talk of balance. Freaks and bullshit.
do you think there should be no evil?
I think it's difficult to define good and evil. I think what we define as good often causes a lot of pain, and the things that some would call evil are just people getting by. Justice should be about that too.
Namaya's head sort of drops and she just walks a little bit further away. Hearing that, and she sits down and stares into the fire.
Justice is a slippery thing. It usually doesn't reside in law books. I was going to do some help, not vagaries and bullshit. Where's that pearl? And Vic starts working on identifying the items they found.
News to you right now.
Right, meow. I see a message. Will it load? That is the question. Oh my god.
Things. They load for you.
They did. This is incredible. Ah, is it okay to to start talking about them in character? Is there anything?
You've identified them. I figured during that whole
Yeah,
chatting time, you were working on it as well.
I didn't know if anybody wanted to do a scene while Vix is predisposed, waving a pearl around in the air.
Hey, Edie,
Yeah?
come over here for a sec.
He skips over.
Dane's running behind you.
I want to be.
Like the stuff on the back of a truck.
Like
I
the
wanna be
boxing
far
gloves
enough-
on a windscreen.
I want to make sure that we're far enough away from both Vix and Chorus. You trust us, right?
In my life.
Why? How?
You've taken care of me better than anyone has in my entire life, and I had only just met you, and every day you love me more, and that's never happened before.
That's really shitty. Sorry, Edie.
Last person I
No,
thought I
it's-
trusted shoved me through a hole.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
And everyone else was just scared of me. And even just now, you were proud of my power getting stronger, and anytime I've gotten stronger, I've just been more lonely.
Edie, your magic is incredible.
You're incredible,
Right.
and that's why I trust you.
I guess I'm having a hard time knowing what trust really is. Like, I trust you. I know you have our back, just like I know and trust that Chorus wants to keep us safe. I know and trust that Vix has this weird obsession with whatever they're working on, but I don't know. Vix said something yesterday that made me uncomfortable.
What did he say?
He asked for a name. A name they shouldn't have known, if it's what I'm thinking about. And I don't know. I feel like they've snooped. I feel like they invaded my privacy. And I don't know what their intent was behind that. And if they did that, then what else have they done? What else have they gone through? What else have they learned?
I think trust is a feeling, and sometimes people do stupid things to people that they care about. You bit me in the face.
Touche.
I think that you need to talk to Vix. You need to find out. I don't think that guessing is gonna help anyone. I think that if you ask, they'll be honest. I think that's the difference.
See, I want to bring it up, but I don't want conflict. Like, they could have just asked, and I wouldn't have cared.
Maybe they came across the information unexpectedly. Or maybe they were worried about you. That there's been times where we weren't sure if the real you was you. That doesn't mean we don't trust you. Just, you know?
The real me?
Like, you have your face, but you're not you.
Like, which face?
The one in front of me. You know, that the ghost of Dorabak, and you trusted him over us? That wasn't because you did it on purpose. That was because you weren't you.
Ghost of...
Remember? Alrighty.
Oh.
Too many.
That's the one.
Yes, so many names. Yeah, that was something else I wanted to ask. Do you have any magic like that that can manipulate the mind?
Edie looks at Ellie for a moment and waits to hear if she has anything to say. She's like, no, I don't think so. Except for distracting people or something like that, I don't really have anything that can do what they did. Charming, I think.
Okay, that's okay. Thanks.
Why?
I was gonna ask if we had any downtime, if you could use it on me and see if I can't get better at resisting it. How many times have you guys been put in really bad situations because I can't do anything against magic?
Well, maybe we can find something to help you with that.
Maybe.
I've been saving all of this permission, and she moves some skirts out the way, and you see there's one tiny bag that you can clearly see has got gold coins in it, but as she moves her skirts away, there's 250 gold pieces in her skirts.
Yeah.
I've been saving, so maybe if we keep doing good, we can get you something to help.
That'd be nice, but I'd feel guilty if you spent all of your permission on me. You might need stuff too. It's fine. But
we can get more than one stuffs. Look how much I've got.
True. Different things cost a different amount of permission.
Since when?
Since forever. So, this healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
This.
I've handed one permission for one of those before. You take it, and then you just put the permission down.
Yeah, but one?
Like Gorma said, you have to give permission, and look how many I have.
Okay. Yes. This usually costs 50 permissions, whereas
Ask
something-
50 times?
No, that's okay. And then Nemea will continue on with the short rest explaining what currency is.
Explaining currency. See, this is what you would call fungible.
Now, what you really want to get into is the non-fungible type of currency. It's where all the money is these days.
Until it's not.
This is not a sponsorship. I hate them too.
We're just gonna draw a picture.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Okay. All right. Vix, would you like to reveal to everybody what you guys have?
Vix, as they finish identifying the first thing and the traces of their new judgment is still lingering, there's this bit of like flame energy that dances up one of their fingers. Oh, that's rather useful. I'll set that down. Continues working. All right, this is a rather hefty haul. Found another one of these, and they point to the ring of protection that they already have. So, if anybody wants to be a little bit more protected, both in mind, soul, and body, good for this. This one should impart some of Nemea's sort of ability to shrug off flame. This ring can impart resistance against fire. And then these two, gesturing towards the cloak and the halberd, are truly unique. The cloak is fascinating. The cloak has been stitched from the remnants of a rather unfortunate creature that enjoys making itself look like other things. One sympathizes. It is able to. Here, let me try it on. A little fashion show, and they put it on, and the purple and gold cloak shifts to turn into more of like this gold shimmering little cape, and then see, you can change styles, and it shifts again into more of like an emerald, like almost like a scarf, but it's still kind of like an off-the-shoulder cloak. It's fun,
It looks
but
so good on
Like
you.
the Lando cloak.
the Lando cloak, yeah. Fun, but also functional, as some of the creature's natural abilities also remain. So if you're trying to get out of a tight spot, it will actually help you do that and bite anyone that is trying to hold you down. And Vix gives the cloak like a little squeeze, and you see like a tooth pop out of the fabric of the cloak, and then it shrinks back into it.
That's so cool.
What kind of creature?
I believe they are commonly called mimics. It is a mimicloak.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And then this one, as Vix is like gesturing with the halberd, they're just changing the look of the cloak constantly, just like an idle silliness. This halberd, I feel like, Nemea, of course, you're going to be best using it. Whoever does is going to put a hurting on someone. It is naturally attuned to lightning. It will channel electrified energy into the blade when it strikes. Additionally, and Vic sort of like gestures towards a little slot at the bottom of the haft, you can put crossbow bolts into here. And when you fire them, you can expend some of this halberd's stored reserves of magic to launch it forward, dealing both the weapon's damage and it will imbue it with a rather large amount of lightning. Danger, danger, high voltage on this one. And they just sort of set it to the side. Oh, the cloak. Takes it off. Who would like any one of these? It's a rather excellent haul.
Like That cloak was made for you, Vix.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
I was looking at it rather large-eyed, but I don't want to be greedy. It is so on brand.
It's yours.
Thank you.
Take
And
it.
gleefully like swishes it around and immediately like goes through several different variants. This
Well,
is
natural.
this is fun. I don't even need my shawl anymore. This is far more easy to cover up.
Do you want the ring chorus? Or any of the
I was
rings?
going to say, you should take the other ring of protection, like the one that Vix has, and then either Edie or I could take the fire resistance. Doesn't matter.
I'm okay with that.
I want to avoid fire altogether. So you take it if you think that you're gonna need it.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then, Maya, you want the halberd?
Kinda.
Feels like it makes the most sense.
I mean, if you can do ranged attacks, I'm probably going to be a lot more useful.
Between that and the wand, you're a
Yeah.
walking arsenal.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I
the
will
wand.
send you... Yeah, you keep forgetting about that.
I don't use magic. I forget it's there.
There is the link for the weapon, Nemea. Who's taking the Ring of Protection?
Also Nemea.
I got that as well. Yeah.
Okay, it's a standard Ring of Protection, so you can look that up. And then, Chorus, you got the Ring of Fire Resistance.
Yep.
Boost
That's
that
standard
wisdom
Ring of
save.
Fire Resistance, so you can pull it up.
I was reading the messages from Dustin like right as you were talking about like if only there was a way to like boost my ability to save. I was like, all right, well, I
Let me
got
say it
something
in your
for you.
face.
I really
Okay,
We
want
got a show for you.
a cursed magic ring of fire that also inflicts burning damage, so that it is a burning ring of fire.
Yes.
You fell into it.
Mm-hmm.
And just double checking, none of those were cursed, right?
None of those were cursed.
Okay,
those
cool.
were all just legit.
Neato Skeeto Burrito.
Nice.
As you've handed out all the items, some of those do require attunement, so just be sure that you are aware of that, which does take its own short rest to do so. Are you guys going to be heading back to the guardhouse then?
Yeah, I think that was
We-
the plan.
We did a good checkout of the temple.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
do we want to look for holy water?
We found some.
I found
found
some.
some.
Did we? Okay, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah,
Well,
there
that's
was
okay.
a little cabinet that had like 4 vials in it, like in a priest's quarters. Oh, one other thing that you did find in the priest's quarters as well was a book, another book. This one was, it contains the story of the creation of Asethia and the first adventuring party.
Ooh.
So the first
He would
group
have
of heroes
pocketed
ever.
that.
Is this how we found out about what's happening in Dawn of Vengalia in game?
Edie's
Well,
still telling the story to the group every night.
This stream just becomes a recap stream of that stream.
Exactly.
What happened this time, Edie?
Sorry for wasting your talents, guys. Okay. All right. So as you guys are making your way back to the guard post, we're going to go ahead and take our break. We will pick it back up in 10 minutes, so make sure you stick around to come back and see what else will transpire today. Maybe more alcohol. Who knows? We don't know. They've got time. So be sure to come back in 10 minutes, guys. We'll see you soon. back.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody. In case you are just joining us, why? But other than that, we have
Wow.
so far, whatever.
I think Haley muted herself halfway through the laugh, and so it just sounded like a goose honk.
Gosh, when we left off, the party had dealt with Dorabak and Belkax. Kind of like there was some exchange. Vix offered to let Dorabak leave? Question mark. But got to choose to lose their hands or their tongue. Dorabak did not like those options and tried to escape, misty stepping, trying to get away. However, due to the fact that he was not trying to actively fight against the party, instead only trying to run away, everybody just cut him down. It was not pretty. There was a lot of violence that ensued against this poor guy just trying to leave, including shooting him between the eyes with a bow to kill him.
I stand by it.
Then Belkax encouraged you to go ahead and remove the hands anyway, and then was going to also remove the tongue of Dorabak before having Edie heal him to bring him back, where he could then take Dorabak to face justice of some sort of council that helps to oversee balance in the world. They had a brief discussion with Dorabak, or with Belkax regarding things, where he might be found, including finding out that he was from Demaresh, the continent where Vix is from. There was a little exchange there, and then he left. The rest of you took some time to search. You found some new shiny objects that has been identified as a mimic cloak and a weapon called a prototype Thunderbird, which is a halberd that also deals lightning damage, but also can shoot like a bolt, like a lightning bolt kind of thing, using charges that has some positive upsides and some possible negative downsides depending on if you use all the charges. You guys were getting ready to head back to the guardhouse, and that's where we are picking up. You guys have traveled back through. You were able to exit whichever way you wanted. It is now safe to use the exits. The cloud is lifted. Once you've gotten outside, you see that the darkness is starting to clear. You make your way back to the guardhouse, and that is where we're picking up.
On the way back, Vix is like skipping around practically, just changing the cloak.
Wait,
Can
Vix.
we see the... Sorry, I just wanted to quickly look at the lake. Is there anything different about the water color, texture? Like, if the cloud's gone, has the...
Make a nature check.
Okie dokie. 12.
You look at it, and it looks like maybe it's clearing up, but it also could be that the sun is just shining a little more, so it's hard to tell at this point.
I'll leave it alone and keep walking.
Change
What
you.
was Edie doing? Yeah.
Change me.
Yeah, change you.
Vix changes the cloak to have a bunch of eyes on it, and then changes themselves to have like 4 eye stalks and no eyes on their face. Ta-da!
Yes, now do the halfling.
Do you mean Dorabak or our friend waiting for us back at the guard post?
The Dorabak. Do Dorabak.
Vix makes a spin around, and the cloak changes to all black, and they look exactly like Dorabak. Just a little bit taller, so that their clothes don't go all falling off of them. I kept the tongue because it still feels a little bit early. Too soon for that joke.
So it doesn't change size with you?
The cloak seems to change size. It could even, well, I could make it this joke, and then they spin around and change the cloak to look like a tongue. There we go. Now we've got twice the verbiage.
Leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yuck. Very cool.
So many jokes could be made about that.
Maybe change back to you before we get back to the guardhouse.
Oh, right. Definitely. And Vix changes back, and the cloak is just a very simple purple with like a little bit of like dusting brown at the edges. It kind of looks dirty. It looks like it's been worn and over a long journey. And they sort of take off the shawl and tuck it away. That makes
You arrive back at the guardhouse.
Go ahead.
Unless there's more you guys wanted to do on the travel, sorry. You
All
guys
good.
hearing me okay?
Yeah, all good.
Yep.
Okay. So you can have more discussion, or are you guys can arrive back at the guardhouse?
No, we're saying all good.
Guardhouse, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you arrive and they let you back in. And you had left, if I recall correctly, you had left some holy water, and you'd given it to the people who were ill. You do see that the two people that had actually been like falling like that medical coma, they're still unconscious. So Aramil and Ephrael, sorry, not Aramil, Ephrael and Leah are still unconscious, but they are looking much better. Their breathing is easier and coming. It looks now like it's more of a natural sleep versus being on death's door. Everybody else, their cough is still lingering a little bit, but it's not nearly what it once was.
Vix will take out the holy waters.
You should come back in. Oh, thanks for that. We've all drank some already, but do we need more?
Oh, did you each have a proper dose? At least a third of the bottle for each of you.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, but we can make sure if you want, or we can save it in case there's an emergency or something.
Let's save it for now. Let's see if the cough lingers and respond appropriately.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Let's put them somewhere safe.
There's a cabinet over here, like where they store some stuff. We can put it like in there. That would be probably good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, that's where I'll put it. So Aramel takes it and puts it away.
How many vials did we find? Is there enough that we could reasonably keep?
It was like
Keep one
we found
for
like
us?
4.
You said we found 4, so 3 for them. 3 just for the room, and then 1 for us? Or
What?
2?
That sounds good to me. At least keeping 1, just in case we encounter more
Go
curses.
ahead and do a religion check, either of you, as you're discussing this.
My rolls have not been spectacular today. 13.
16.
Edie, and Vix, you would remember this once Edie starts talking about it. Holy water can be made by priests, and there is a priest of Dyrus here. So you know that Ephrael, as a priest of Dyrus, would be able to make more holy water. And now that the threat to his overall health seems to have been lifted, you might feel more confident in taking more than 1 vial because he'll be able to produce more soon.
Split it 2 and 2.
Yeah. Just in case. We can always use the one that's in here if anything happens, you know.
True.
Okay.
Edie, did you want to, and they just sort of look to wherever Trim is in the room.
Yeah.
Trim is not down here.
She's probably upstairs.
Come with me?
Sure.
And Edie's gonna mosey up the stairs.
You guys go up the stairs. You see Trim sitting over a desk. Appears to be writing on a parchment. She looks up as you come in. Is it over?
Yeah. Yes, I think we did it. We stopped whatever was happening with there was a beholder, I think, is siphoning life from everybody.
It took her life.
It did.
But you killed it.
Yeah, we killed it, and Dorabak is going to be punished for his crimes. He's been sent to the council, and he looks to Vix for confirmation.
Yes, we were a little fuzzy on the exact nature of what governing body this was, but I can assure you...
You can do a history check if you want, Vix.
Yes, please. 23.
Okay. Now that you're not immediately in the moment, you think back to it, and then you're like, wait a second, I've heard something like this before, and you recall something called the Congregation of Omens. It's a kind of a group spoken in hushed terms, and you only know of it because of your circles that you have traveled in and your family and everything. And this is the kind of thing that they are prone to do.
So they would be very much in line with Vix's Inquisition.
Yes. They are I mean they are what they said. They are keepers of balance. They are generally don't adhere to good or evil alignment. They are pretty strictly neutral down the board. They make sure that whatever is happening stays within line, and if something is overpowering one side or the other, they seek to balance it.
So Vix says yes, I wasn't sure what sort of... Oh. Yeah. He's being taken care of. And he certainly won't be doing anything anytime soon. Vix...
Well, then,
And Edie holds out the hands.
what is this?
Can't do magic to hurt anyone anymore. Just wanted to make sure that you knew.
Oh, um, thank you. And she kind of like sets them aside. I will figure out what to do with that at another time.
Edie was like unsure to begin with, and then as she grabbed it, she's feeling hella chuffed with herself now. So she's like,
She has peace.
Justice is a tricky thing, but what happened to her will not happen to anyone else. Not at his hands, anyway. Ooh, poor choice of words.
no, specifically best choice of words.
I mean, technically, very accurate choice of words, yes.
Well, then, maybe we should lay her to rest.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I think she would have liked you.
Thank you.
I've been thinking a lot since our last conversation, and I think you're right. I can do more, and I will do more for this community by allowing myself to look past my past and to be what I think she would have wanted me to be. And if you look at what she was writing, go ahead and make a perception check.
Nope. 6.
You can't really make it out. You see that she's writing something, but she.
I think
I
that
really
that would
want
be
to.
a beautiful way to honor her memory.
She was everything. She saw good when I was only evil. At least that's how I felt. Stupid woman. So what will you do now? Are you staying to help us rebuild? Is that too much to ask? Too much to hope for?
I wasn't sure how long we would stay. At the very least, we want to help you recover your wife's remains. Set that sort of right. Get you on your feet. Make sure there's no lingering undead. But yes, um, after that, I don't really know. Vix kind of looks to Edie, a little bit lost.
I mean, that you guys are held up here. There might be other people held up elsewhere in the town.
There could be some left early on. I imagine that they will return once word spreads that the threat is over.
Yeah.
But
We were gonna go set up. We can let what's his name know about the. He will be one of the first shops open here if we gets back quick enough.
that could be useful. We definitely could use some vendors until our shops reopen.
Yes, Eldon will be pleased to know that he can return
Eldon.
here. He's probably a few days away, though. You might want to look for help from Balantor.
I'm sure that we can send somebody soon to perhaps even I can go. A little fresh air, a little time on the road might help clear my head. And I mean, Aramil's slow, but he's functional. He can accomplish things, and we can make sure things get taken care of.
I have full
As soon as
faith. Go ahead.
As soon as we got in, Chorus would have sat down. He has some pieces of parchment and an ink, like pot and quill, and it would have written out like a quick description of what had happened here, as well as a letter to Eldon, kind of explaining what was needed for the town. So I think after enough time, he would have walked in to Trim as well with those.
Thank you. This really makes it a little easier. I'll just get up and go.
This one
We'll
is
make
for
sure-
Roddy.
Oh.
He should be able to give you some help. I think with all that's been going on in this kingdom, just stick not a Roddy. What is his name?
Aaron?
Aaron.
Aaron? Yeah.
Three R's for
Yeah,
pirate
R.
campaign.
This one is for Aaron. He should tell him what happened here and perhaps give him a little bit of a incentive to help you out. And then this one is for Eldon. He's the merchant that we were supposed to be bringing.
I can give it to them. Is there anything else? Any other messages that I can deliver for you while I'm on the road?
I will say that
letter to Aron also would have talked about the run-in with the devil. That's the only other thing. Just telling him to like keep wary. We've seen a lot of devils.
I can make sure he gets this. You say he's the magister of the town, so I'm assuming there'll be some sort of... Somebody will be able to tell me who he is.
Just tell him the heroes sing.
Well, you're heroes to us, for sure. And I will find this Eldon as well and let them know.
Aron can probably do that.
Okay. Well, I will probably leave first thing in the morning, once I've made sure everyone's up. It gives me time to gather some supplies for the trip. And now that it seems to be safer to leave this building, I can probably go search through my house if I need to. If it's still standing. She looks over at the smoldering section of town.
And if it's not, what a great reason to remodel, right?
It's fair, and I mean, until then, there's a lot of empty buildings, and some will never be populated by the owners again. So, and hey, if your house burns down, moving's a lot easier.
That's silver linings if I've ever seen one.
And anyway, I don't want to dwell on this; it'll start making me cry. Yes, I will do this. If you think of anything else tonight, anybody else that you'd like me to send any messages to in Balantor, I will be happy to carry those as well. But I need to get back to this letter, if you don't mind, before
Yes.
I leave, because apparently now I'm on a timeline.
Can I take a glance at the letter?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Great. 14.
It's hard to make out the specifics, but you do notice at the top of the letter in kind of bigger print it says, like, my confession or my sins.
Wow. Okay.
Talk about a balls
I
in
was
your court
expecting-
moment.
Of course, like, do I
Forrest.
steal it? Do I...
Yeah, that was not at all what I was expecting that to be.
She's writing erotic literature? Is that what you thought she was doing?
Chorus, yeah. Chorus, I think just like go stiff for a second, as like all of the possibilities run through Chorus's head. He's like, do I kill her? Do I read the letter? He's like, best for everyone, and he just walks out of the room.
Good choice.
Don't burn yourself out. But you're doing very well, Trim.
Thank you. And actually, I need to do one more thing. Please excuse me. And she leaves the room for a minute. And she goes to find you, Nemea. And she walks up.
Vix and I look at the letter now.
She's left it unattended.
We're the-
Sadly, you can't read without that spell.
We're the absolute
Vix
worst.
can. Vix can read, but you cannot. But Nemea, she comes to find you. I was a real shit. And I took a real shit on your bed when we first met. You did not deserve that, and I apologize. You've been nothing but kind as a whole to me. Am I cutting out?
We're
No,
We're just
okay.
struggling to hold
Dying.
ourselves together.
Okay, no.
We're just being children. Don't mind us.
It's okay,
He's talking about poop.
You've been nothing but kind to me as a whole, and there was a little altercation between you and I, but it was not you were reacting to my antagonism, and there was no call for it, and I'm very sorry that my actions portrayed me in that light. I'd like to say it was because I was suffering or hurting, and that is true, but that is not an excuse for shitting in your bed. So, I'm sorry, and I'm not going to say we'll be besties, but perhaps you can at least forgive me.
It never happened, Trim.
No,
It's
it did.
fine.
I changed the sheets myself. It was disgusting.
No. Yes, I know it happened. I'm saying don't worry about it, Trim.
Oh.
I forgive you, it's fine. It never happened.
Thank
Just
you.
imagining this
we-
letter is just took a shit.
Just
Do
a
we-
just a string of destroyed bedspreads
Yeah.
all throughout the country.
Do we hug? I don't know. Territory. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Oh,
I mean, we can.
Do you want to?
She'll like open her arm and her wing a little bit.
She leans in, like, unsure. Like, it's not like she's never given a hug before, but this whole apology, like, not sure how to. And she just kind of hugs, and you feel her muscles, like, tense, but then they kind of just start to relax, and then just actually, like, just enjoys the moment of being held for a second. Like, not anything,
How-
like, adult, but just, like, the moment of just that security, that feeling of somebody, like,
No one went there.
well, with you guys, you never even know.
I mean, we did, but hang on. What? She's a. What is she?
She's a
She's
tiny
a half.
little.
She's a
Yeah,
halfling.
she's tiny. She's halfling,
Oh my god, she barely comes to my hip.
but she's stout.
So yeah. So yeah, I'll just put one hand sort of on her back, and one of my wings will come around. It's a very half. Like it's a.
Hey, you're like
That's what I'm
three of
looking
her,
for.
so it's one half for you is like 3/4 for her. It's like
It's a sincere hug, but it's very awkward.
sorry, I just saw the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel her muscles relax as she just again, and for the moment, just the security of being held by someone just really accepts that, and then she, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be leaving in the morning. If there's any messages, I'm going to balance, or if there's any messages you'd like me to carry, just let me know. I will be glad to take them with me in the morning. And she just books back up the stairs.
Okay. I stay
Did you?
downstairs.
Were you guys looking at the letter while she was gone?
Vix would glance at it, 100%.
Yeah. So the letter just indicates that essentially, Vix, I think she'd even talked to you about it previously. She had been a soldier, and in battle she was looting the bodies of her fallen allies, and was caught and was kicked out of the army for essentially you just don't do that. And then also just for her just general attitude, there were times when she's cheated at things, stolen when she thought she could get away with it. Mostly just kind of a despicable person, not anything super like evil, but very self-serving, very much if I can do it and not get caught, I'm going to, and just kind of slimy stuff. Nothing like world ending. Not conspiring with devils, not didn't bring in the beholder, nothing like that. Just a slimy person, and so she's essentially making a letter to for the town so they can know who she really is and deal with who she is, not who they thought she was.
She's not that bad. Vix.
She comes back up and kind of, sorry about that. I just had to go
That's good.
It's a long road back from where I've been, but step at a time.
One foot in front of the other.
Eventually, you get to where you're going.
Indeed.
Oh, back to my letter. And she'll sit back down and
Yes,
We'll go back downstairs.
leave you to it.
thank you. Took shit in bed. Add that to the list.
The most
Important.
egregious of crimes.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Vix just sprawls out in a chair. It's just like, ah. At last I feel like I can breathe.
Is this downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has Edie and Chorus come back downstairs as well?
Chorus came down before Trim did.
Yeah, cool. Are we staying longer, or do we want to get going?
That is a question. Where would we get going to? I figured we'd at least help them uncover the bodies we left at the boathouse. Figured we could at least rest before we get on the road. I don't know about you, but this... I'm worn out.
I need to sleep.
Maybe see if we can find some food. I'm running low on rations.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to help the town, but you know, one good deed leads to another, and next thing we've been here a year. And
Yes.
I don't really want to do that.
Mice and cookies and all that. I think they have it handled.
Oh, I have no intention
We-
of staying here for a year.
No. So we can spend the afternoon gathering up some supplies and hit the road to wherever it takes us.
In the morning?
What about? I mean, yeah, we can leave in the morning.
I just figured the way bad
Need
luck follows us,
I sleep.
yes, we might want to sleep before getting on the road and finding a fresh hell.
I'm feeling very, very exhausted.
Okay, I was just asking.
No, it's good. Keep us on
You know where we're going, Nemea?
I don't have a clue. If figured if Micah was at Brittlebane, we could head there, or I don't know, just
Yeah, we could always
Go.
get information about who this person is that keeps taking our people.
actually, yeah. If we were gonna learn something, it would be there.
Brittlebane might have many answers to many questions.
Worth checking out then, I guess.
Again, it's just an idea.
I don't have anything better to be doing.
Where you all go, I follow.
We're gonna go see Micah.
Cool.
Bye.
Okay.
Set out fresh tomorrow.
Good plan.
Yeah.
You guys want to drink before bed?
Absolutely.
Gods,
And
yes.
Edie like
By the way, it's
shakes the
only
full
like
bottle.
2 in the afternoon.
Oh, we're day
Just so you
drinking.
know.
It is 5 o'clock right now.
Now, if you were going to do like the bodies and stuff like that, we can just narratively say you guys went and helped bring the bodies back, helped them bury them. We don't need to roleplay that, so you guys can get to your day drinking. So we'll say with that, it's probably now closer to like 5 or 6 o'clock anyway. If you help
Can we
dig
also
some
get
holes,
supplies?
you can make a. So you're just gonna go looking through some of the houses.
Yeah, as we were heading towards look and gathering the bodies and stuff, I'd say we could look through.
So the guard posts themselves would have some general ration type things that you could take for rations, like just as the dried rations. If you're looking for some actual food, most of it's going to be relatively spoiled at this point, unless it was already dried stuff anyway, because it's been months for a lot of these houses. And forgetting they don't bury their people here, they do like Viking funeral type things on the lake. So if you want to help rig that, you can. We'll say by the time all that's done, you've restocked your rations kit. Nemea just got really excited about something.
Don't they rely on Dyrus to lightning? I can do that.
Ooh, you could.
You can. Yeah, I mean, you could have taken a rest to attune to your weapon.
Continue.
No, so if you want to have that moment, we can absolutely, you can help them put together their rafts to send to the bottom of the ocean, or the lake, not the ocean. Archie's dad and mom, and the mayor, the magister, um, Tessely, Abelcrown, and they put some flammable items on the raft with them, some straw, and push them out. Takes a few moments, but at this point in time, um, H.E.R.O.E is awake, and he utters a prayer, and a gust of wind starts helping the rafts push towards the middle of the lake.
Then, hang on. Then yeah, with Ephrail's permission, I'm assuming like it's a pretty clear day. Like there's no chance of.
Yeah, it's there's no natural thunder at this point in time. It's generally a ceremony where the priest calls down lightning. They use call lightning.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's fine.
But if you would like to, he absolutely will allow you to.
He's the priest. That's fine. I stay way back.
Says a prayer for a moment, then raises his hands. You see lightning just 3 bolts strike, and the rafts, instead of being just rocked by the water, actually seems to absorb the lightning, and all of a sudden just a big flame shoots up as the lightning is just converted into heat energy and fire, and starts to sink. And then everybody takes out like a paper lantern and kind of just raises them up, and they'll do like a lantern ceremony over the lake and lay them to rest. There's some tears going around by the people who have lived there. And you return back to the guard town, or you can go to the inn, whatever you want to do at this point. It's free and open, and there's no more. You would have gone through with the Eye of Isle, Matt,
Yeah.
you two, that Vix and you two, there was no signs of any undead left in the town at this point. Once the beholder died, anything that was living lost its ability to live because he was their source of power.
Well, that's a relief. The tavern would have more space for shenanigans. Might be able to find a
Yeah.
couple of liquor bottles in there as well. I think we put a good dent in the guard tower's supplies.
Maybe they. I mean, we took as much as we could last time, but maybe did we leave stuff there? I think we did because we said we were gonna use it as a drop off, like a passing point as we moved, and didn't in the end. So I think that there's still food and water there.
Yes, we could check
There's
it out.
more dry ration type things and
Yeah.
barrels of water.
That's
There wasn't
that's
really
what I
any
mean.
liquor there at this point. They'd kind of any of the ale or whiskey that could be salvaged, they'd already, the hard stuff. So really the only stuff is anything you guys have and your bottle of liquor.
We make a
We do have a
fort.
magic bottle that is infinite.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. Yeah, let's pour a tall one of whatever comes out, and
Pour one out for the homies.
we all just deal with the repercussions of it.
Sounds good.
All right.
So we're
So
staying
you
at
guys
the
are
inn
at the.
privately.
Are you staying at the inn then, privately? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome to. Have a little private party.
Okay.
It's the VIP lounge.
It's the VIP lounge. Yeah.
Heroes only.
It's all busted.
All the
Perfect.
undead that were all over it.
Yeah.
All right. Who's pouring? Are you going to pour for everybody again?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Give me that D100 roll per person. So who's taking the first drink?
Did you say pour one big drink out and we all?
Yeah, I figured we might do just one and see what all of
Ooh,
us have to deal with,
okay.
and pour a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I find a nice big
You
glass.
find like a pint glass, yeah. Like
Yeah, and I fill it, and I just keep pouring.
roll me that D100.
47. What does it look like?
As you start pouring, this is nice actually but I'm going to have you roll another one, but don't tell me the number yet.
Okay.
As you start pouring, this thick, dark brown stout,
Ooh.
about the thickness of eggnog, starts. Go ahead and do me, if you would, another D100 roll though.
Double D100.
100.
Oh.
After it fills up about halfway, it switches from this
Oh no.
brown color to like this bluish purplish liquor that ends up coming on top.
They say split.
It's like a floater, like it floats on top.
Okay, so I think
depending on how you guys drink this, it could be interesting.
Oh.
Great.
Matthew,
We lost.
What's that?
it turns us invisible.
It's okay.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry, the dogs are going a
I was
little
like,
crazy.
what happened to the stream? Where is it gonna go?
Mhm.
Okay, so how are you guys? Are you guys gonna try to just each take sips? Are you taking long chugs? What are you doing?
When Vic sees the color change, could they try like ooh and slide a different glass underneath if we wanted to keep them separate?
No, keep them together.
Or keep them together? Just okay. Let's just get mad.
Together.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Can we find straws and do like that really cheesy like 80s milkshake?
Yes.
Eden would know how to
Fantasy
find straws.
Fantasy straws.
She knows how to make them out of
You found a
reeds
jar
or
of-
something.
yeah, you found a jar of like glass straws or something. So
Cool.
because of that, you are
Mhm.
drinking from the bottom first.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're drinking, you start getting this warm feeling like that takes you back. Like it's a nostalgia, instant nostalgia hits. And you start thinking of family and friends and the gatherings and holidays and all the things that used to happen. I need a cons check from
Check.
everybody. Just a constitution check.
No. I love how it's like you're filled with warm nostalgia to our bunch of just trauma pals.
So
I got 7.
nice. Of course.
I would say Chorus would have just taken a very small sip, so I don't know if that's going to impact anything.
Nope, not yet.
19.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Hey.
Edie.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So Nemea and Vix, you, as you're drinking, both of you fail. You must reveal one of your deepest, darkest secrets, or tell an extremely inappropriate or embarrassing story. If you continue to drink, you will need to do another roll. But for right now, you guys are about a quarter of the way through of the glass at this point with your first. So Vix and the man, either a deep dark secret or an extremely inappropriate or embarrassing story. This liquor is the best thing ever.
This happened to the worst 2 people.
I was just gonna say this
What are you feeling?
this
This
is-
one was delicious.
this is both the best and worst thing ever. This is amazing.
I'm so excited by this.
Hold on, I have to
This
get
is only the first liquor.
my notes out.
Wildly inappropriate.
Wildly inappropriate or embarrassing.
Oh.
Vix kind of like
It
reels
could
from
be
the
some pedals do. Just for you.
Vix reels from the drinking in the straw. Oh, did I ever tell you the time that I impersonated Duke Dominic Godfrey in order to make sweet, sweet love to his wife? Why did I say that?
Hicks.
What?
What is in this bottle?
That was fun.
I think
Wasn't
Sweet,
expecting
sweet
that.
love.
Sweet love.
I mean it already. She said it was the best she'd ever had from him, and I wondered what had gotten into him that party. That's what he gets for cheating at dragon chess.
Poor woman.
You blurt out your own story.
No, you have never told us about that, Vix. I want more details later, though.
What are the royal colors of Cezanne?
I will get back to you on that.
Okay,
Pull it up.
Vix changes the cloak into those colors and like tosses it around their shoulders, and is suddenly this very dark-haired, goateed man with like those silver temple spots in the hair,
It's blue and silver.
blue and silver cloak around their neck. It was a rather great time.
Vix?
They did chase me out of that party rather quickly afterwards.
I can imagine.
Really, the greatest
I stepped in
shame.
my mother's arm.
You what?
What?
Like off, like completely through the bone.
I didn't even hear what you
Why?
said. What'd you say?
She severed her mother's arm.
Why did I say that?
Which arm?
Her right?
What did she do? How did this happen?
I happened.
Ah.
Oh my god.
All right. Are you going to continue drinking?
I'm gonna walk upstairs.
You're not going to get to the second liquor, man.
Oh, fine.
All right. Keep drinking. If you are drinking, make another con save, please, or con check. Sorry.
Edie actually wants to lift her straw before taking another big drink.
Okay.
Yes.
So Edie's going from the top shelf. Is everybody else still drinking from the bottom, or are they going to follow suit?
No, I follow suit.
I'm still drinking from the
We're
bottom.
just gonna wait and see what happens.
Okay, so then Vix, I need another con save.
Well, save or check, same number. I got 19 on this one. Actually, no, it's not the same number, but I got 19 if it's a check.
It is a check.
Okay.
And you are fine this time.
Okay. No more.
Nemea and Edie.
13.
No,
What?
no saves. You're drinking a different liquor. Until your next long rest,
Good thing it's at the end of the day.
your intelligence is lowered by 10.
Oh.
It can never, and then until your second long rest, your intelligence is lowered by 5. It can never decrease below 1. So, day 1, right now, you're instantly dropped 10 points. You get 5 back after your long rest. And then the next
One.
It
day,
can't
you get
drop
those
below
5.
1.
It cannot drop below 1.
One.
My intelligence is 1.
Yeah. We
You
both
were
just look
both
at each other like,
Catatonic. That is perfect. So you guys are effectively done for today.
Yep.
Vix and Chorus, you see them both just like, and start like drooling.
This bottle seems extremely dangerous.
Very dangerous. Yes, I think we should immediately discard it, or at least hide it.
Or try one more.
And Chorus pours another drink.
We could
Roll me
also
that D100.
we could also do that.
I love you guys all
I mean,
so much.
If we find out what all of the things in it are, then we'll know which ones can hurt us and which ones can't.
Of
I
course.
never want to get rid of this bottle. Never.
54. I think we've had that before. I think we had that one last time.
This one, as you pour it, it comes out light pink with tiny shards of white, like floaters.
we haven't
Like
had
almost
this
like the
one.
white edible glitter. As you drink it, it feels like you are kissing your lover with each sip. It can work on those who are single as well. So, I need a con or wisdom check. Oh,
Do we
please.
all keep drinking?
I was about to say
You're
like.
Dumb.
Catatonic.
If people just handing us stuff,
You're
We're
catatonic. I don't think that
essentially
you can even-
moths. We're
can't do
essentially
anything.
moths.
Eating curtains.
Like, what has a 1 intelligence?
Nothing. You can't do anything.
Vi-
You essentially are a vegetable at this point.
Yeah, Vix is just like patting / rubbing Edie and Nemea just on the back, like there, it's okay. We'll venture forth on your behalf, and just keeps drinking. I got a 5 on the wisdom.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Yes, and you, of course.
Rolled in that one.
Oh, this is gonna be so good! Oh my god. Okay. So, if you fail, you partake in ludicrous acts of self-love, or if in the company of someone you desire, you
Oh,
proceed to try and indulge them in your fantasies. If they succeed, they feel the desire to do these urges but retain their control and will, leaving it up to the player to decide if they give in to them. This is interesting because 2 of you are vegetables right now,
yup.
and 2 of you are like all of a sudden feeling really amorous.
Course, are you feeling what I'm feeling? We need to be honest with each other in this moment right now, because otherwise it's just going to get very bad.
You failed. You are acting. You have failed. It is self-love, or you are trying to persuade someone you are interested in to do some love.
I feel here's the thing, because the only person
You've
present that Vix would be interested in is currently a comatose state.
That's not.
You have willpower. You have willpower to stop yourself.
Yes.
No. They still have to succeed. They still, it says, You try to get the other person, so you could just sit there and confess to this vegetable, but they're not going to give in. So you'll be like, oh, I guess we're not acting on anything. But it is
Basically, in the
self-love,
man,
or
Edie
if the
can't
person
react.
right,
We
there's
can't
no
react.
consent
Let
given,
me
so you're not
here.
doing anything.
Let me just stick with me a little bit. I think it might go somewhere that's still potentially good. Chorus,
Yes.
how are you feeling?
Chorus is
Horny.
there's so many things about this that I was not prepared for.
Right, I just
Chorus
reread
is-
it. It's only if you succeed on the check that you can resist. If you fail, you are attempting to. Now, it's saying you guys are fine, and we are not taking away consent.
Yeah.
Because let it be said that we never.
Yes.
But as a failed check, you guys are smitten. You are going to try to confess love. You are going to try to get them to engage. There is no resisting this because you failed. If you succeeded, you would feel it, but you could be like, I'm not going to proceed with these feelings.
Yep. Chorus is
I'm so excited.
Chorus is openly weeping and hugging himself.
So happy.
Chorus is not responding. That's
Is this your ludicrous act of self-love? Is hugging yourself and weeping?
Chorus grew up very religious.
Oh no. Of course, is the type of person who cries after sex and during.
Seeing Chorus like this, Vix, who is actually starting to sprout satyr-like horns, the horns start to like fold back into the head and like, well, that plan's off. Nemea, are you sure? Nemea, are you awake? Are you awake? Last chance, are you awake? Alright, I regret nothing. I'll see you later, Chorus. And Vix runs up the stairs, and you can see, like, the last trace is just, like, black wings popping out. Now where's the damn mirror?
Oh, I was about to be so disappointed, and then you did that, and I'm just so happy. And I think that's where we're going to end it today, guys, because how do you recover from this? We have vegetables, crying, hugging man, and Vix, who just...
This episode went from incredibly dramatically are we the baddies to brief spurts of wholesome to NC-17 so dramatically quickly.
hands at the start of this.
I
And we've ended up
love
This whole episode is
bottle
very
of alcohol.
handsy. This episode's very
Oh,
handsy.
God.
oh, incredible.
This bottle of alcohol
Wow.
is the best thing ever. Please do not ever get rid of this. It is
I'm
amazing.
so glad
I love
that
it
I-
so much.
Oh
Thank
my
you
God.
for pouring that. Thank you for you two for failing that. Thank you for... Oh, it couldn't have worked out better. Thank you, everyone, for episode 31. Come back next week for episode 32, where we find out the aftermath of Morning After Regret with two people that won't be smart enough yet to really recall what happened. But it's all good. It's so good. Consent is key. Always remember, consent is important and can be withdrawn at any time, no matter what, even under the influence of alcohol.
especially magical alcohol.
Especially when alcohol is involved that has magic properties. But you are all amazing. We do love you all very much. We look forward to next week, episode 32. 32. I don't know any other languages, so that's all you get. But until then, be kind, love somebody, but importantly, love yourself, and
On it.
This is
not
doing
that word. Not that word.
I'm on it, Chief.
Are you ready for more tales?
Always.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, just kidding. Before, we have this. Oh, I'm gonna talk. I thought. We have to. They reminded me. There's no session next week, guys. I'm gonna be out of town, so we're not gonna be playing. And I didn't know he was gonna do the transitions for this one, so that's why I sound stupid. So next week, it doesn't always, because that one time it didn't, and we were just all like, huh? Anyway, no session next week, so see you in 2 weeks when we recover from this. Okay, now we're gonna go raid somebody.